All right, bro. Here we go, dog. Back at it. I know I want to say crack addict, but none of us are fucking right now kind of tweaked out, dog. So it's cool, bro. I shouldn't rhyme with that. You got to keep your not today. That's a weekend activity, dog. Because today's Monday, right?
It is.
You know what's crazy about summertime? It always fucks up my schedule, bro, because the kids are out of school and like Mondays feel like fucking Saturday. Saturday's a Sunday, bro. The whole shit's just always discombobulated. So today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is Monday. Do we just intro this shit right away, bro?
Intro
Start fucking
this
playing
shit,
games
man.
here?
Yep.
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm back again with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay maybe fucked up the audio last time. Travis in the building. It was the video, just to let y'all know. It wasn't the audio. What's poppin', Jay?
Right. Man, chilling, bro. Monday.
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 Big
And I like
Monday
Jay.
chillin'. Oh, yeah, man. Jay's my dog. Right
That's
there.
why I had to.
Yeah.
Can I say fuck?
Fuck, you can. We can say fuck shit. All the words you're not supposed to say, we can say them here, right, Len Words? Len Words is in the building.
Yeah.
What's popping, Len Words?
It's popping like
Orville.
red.
Red. And as you guys can see, we're joined with a very special guest. My dog, Kenny Thomas, is in the building. Make some motherfucking noise when you're editing this in post.
We're going to have to
because
just
the roadcaster isn't there today, dog.
So, the audio.
We can still clap it up.
Dog.
Told you you screwed that up.
There's video footage of it now.
Oh, damn.
Kenny, what's popping, brother?
Y'all, man. Hey, let me tell you something. I love coming in here because it smells so good.
Hey, it really does, dog.
So good.
It's that chronic cologne, dog.
Hey,
Yep.
yeah. It's called Chronic. What's that Chronic album?
Is that Dr. Dre? Chronic.
Yeah, there we go, Dr. Dre.
Hey, let's start with some controversy. Right, let's go controversy here right away.
What's up?
Because I was talking about this the other day. This is gonna be an age gap, I think.
Jay, you good?
Jay, it's gonna be age gap. I firmly believe that the Chronic 2001 is better than the original Chronic.
No.
No.
Wrong.
It's an age gap.
It's
It's better, dog. Go back and revisit it.
It's better.
It's
It's better.
Len Words. Let's fucking strap them up.
All right.
dog.
What are we basing better on? What are you basing better on?
It's a better album.
Better
Start
songs,
to finish.
start to finish.
Better beats.
The flow
better
is even
songs,
better.
lyrics.
And you can actually understand the words better. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe it's too quick.
Yeah.
I just felt like the original was too influential, man. Like, Let Me Ride, get the fuck out of here, dog.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah.
That shit was.
That was a good one, too.
That
Forgot
shit
about
took
Dre?
Over, yeah.
Forgot about Dre.
I'm not saying. I'm
hey,
not saying. I mean, thank Jay-Z for that shit.
Yeah.
But that's
Scott Storch in there with
yeah.
the piano.
That's what I'm
Dun,
saying.
dun, dun.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Like
me see.
those old.
So that's my point here. I believe it is and I grew up with the original one too, bro. When
Yeah.
it dropped, I was probably like 8.
It didn't mean the
right?
same thing to you though, man.
Nah.
Swing down, I
I feel disrespected right now.
Did you say 2001?
Yeah, Chronic 2001.
Oh, my God, I'm old.
So the original came out.
man.
What time did the original come out, Jay? You got it up?
Hold on.
The original had to have been out in 90 or 91.
92.
It was 92. See, I was 7. I was 7. Right?
I was in high school.
I was 7.
Wow.
Yeah. Middle school.
You guys are
Yeah.
going there.
So when
Yeah.
the 2001 came out, I was in high school.
Wow.
Nah, see, it was college days
2000.
for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nah, man.
2001.
I still ride with the first one, man.
Do you?
Sorry. I
So
do.
do you
Even
believe-
even more than 2001?
It's the one I go back to it more.
Okay. Okay.
It's more nostalgia for me, man. Like that
It
shit
is.
just it meant so much. It was such a big deal because we were still embroiled in that whole like beef between the NWA members.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we wanted to hear what they was gonna
They had
come
to
back
say.
with. Yeah. So it meant a lot more, and that shit took over MTV when it came out, man. You could not
MTV.
help but see those videos, dog.
So who do you think had the better diss then? Do you think Eazy-E got him, or you think Dre and Snoop had the better diss? Is the real question here. Real motherfucking G's. Calm down.
I felt like Real Motherfucking G's was hard enough to compete, but it couldn't take the push.
Well, it's
that
because it was Dre and
Dre,
Snoop.
yeah, like that shit was pop music.
Yeah,
It
I
was a
agree.
redefinition of pop
He
music.
called it pop
It
music.
really was.
It was.
huh?
It was. It was the first time gangster rap became
Really
pushed
popular.
out there as pop music, dog. Like it really was.
That's
So,
fair.
That's true.
Now
That-
pop music just gone.
Yeah, exactly. Man, country music sound like our music now.
Bro.
Country trap music, you hear that shit?
Weird.
You hear that shit?
It's weird.
I don't like it.
No,
Yeah,
what?
that's yeah.
I don't need
I'm
my
not a fan of-
808s with a banjo.
I don't get it. I don't need like the tick tick boom with
No.
the wang, wang, wang.
I don't
No,
need a
good,
steel
man.
guitar with strings and a
Yeah.
and a fucking 808.
It's not working for me.
No, dog, because when one genre, like, okay, for example, I just went to the Tyler Childers concert. You guys listen to Tyler Childers?
Who's that?
I don't
Country
even
like a
know who that
motherfucker,
is.
right?
Okay. Sound country.
I'm talking like this
Is he
dude's
black?
like from the Appalachian. No, he's white.
There's some black ones
It's
now.
Tyler the Creators.
There's
There's some black ones now.
What's his name? Shabuzi? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
been
yeah.
killing the game too. But what's weird about this, dog, is the same thing that was weird about people jumping on the bandwagon is like rappers, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's like, for me, if it's a part of your culture, right, your heritage,
Yeah.
and you grew up around it, like for
Yeah.
me, it wouldn't be too crazy for me to do ranchero music. It was
Right,
around
right,
me,
right.
Yeah.
right? I grew up with country music too. So it wouldn't be too crazy out of my cultural wheelhouse, right?
Uh-huh.
But when you see a motherfucker, I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here, dog. What are you? What's your, and if you watch this Chanel West Coast, my bad, dog. I got nothing.
Ridiculous.
But she started out as a rapper from like Missouri. Or
She's
some
a rapper?
Shit. Fucking,
Chanel West
she was
Coast
signed
on
to Young Money.
Ridiculousness?
Isn't that the girl from the,
Yes,
the
it's
show?
the
The
girl from
Ridiculousness
the
show?
Ridiculous
Just-
show.
She
Okay.
just be sitting on the couch. I didn't know she
She,
rapped.
she was signed to Young Money, dog.
She had bars though.
I mean, she wasn't the worst rapper I've ever heard, right? But she
something
was
out there.
nowhere near like Nicki Minaj or any level
She
like
wasn't
that.
willing
right?
to get the
No,
enhancements.
don't you remember when Charlamagne cooked her on the show?
Nah, I
He
don't.
was, bro, he went after her, dog. He was like, your fucking music's trash. And she stood up. It was a whole situation.
Really? Nah.
Yeah.
On ridiculousness or on his
Ridiculous.
show?
on her show?
And Rob and Homie didn't say shit.
Really?
Well,
They
first
didn't
off,
let
let's
her.
confirm it's Rob's show. She's just a host.
True.
Yeah.
And she's getting royalty checks right now.
True.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Just saying, and I think they 6 figures.
Yeah. So now I get,
Yeah.
okay, so
Just saying.
fast
Yeah. Oh,
forward.
yeah.
When the rapping didn't quite pan out. That's why she called herself Chanel West Coast.
Uh-huh.
She wanted to be a fucking gangster
Chanel
rapper,
West-
dog.
Really?
So now she's off ridiculousness,
That is
and
a
all
rap
of a
name.
She's
sudden,
off?
out of nowhere, yeah, she's been off for a little while.
Okay.
Out of nowhere, she making country music now
Oh, really?
with auto tune.
Interesting.
Nah, really?
So
Interesting.
you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
It's a little weird. dog.
Culture vulturing white
weird.
culture. when
Culture
you're white. Yeah, when
should've
you already crossed over.
But hip hop was popping at that time.
Right,
And now
right.
country is the thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So this is a conversation me and Dom have had a few times, right? Right here. So that's the thing here, okay? Everybody roasted Beyonce's country album, right? Okay, right? But she's from Texas, right?
Yeah.
So is
Houston.
it too crazy to say that she grew up with country music?
Nah, of course not.
She did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I come to find out when I was arguing with Dom because I had to be right.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Shocker. She had done a song on one of her albums with the Dixie Chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But it was right during the time when they were like raging against the machine and they were
Right,
fighting with
right.
George Bush.
Right.
So she kind of like
Didn't push it.
didn't push it. And she got in all kinds of trouble because they performed it at the Grammys right when they were with their whole little situation.
Yeah.
So she fell back a little bit. For me, like I said, I think all artists should adventure out into different genres, right?
Okay.
If they really want to. Not just because country is popular.
Right.
Not just because hip hop is popular, right? That's the way I feel about it.
But
as an
they do,
artist.
though.
But they do because, and that's for me. That's why the music doesn't,
Yeah.
just doesn't hit right to
Yeah, I
me,
totally
bro.
agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't get me right here,
That's fair.
and that's why I brought up Tyler Childers.
Uh-huh.
This fucking dude, bro, he's about as country as they get. He's like from the fucking like the woods. This man's like a fucking outdoor
Backwoods.
Backwoods. He was up there with 4 jars of moonshine, just fucking drinking moonshine and playing the fucking acoustic, right?
Bro, I just had some moonshine not too long
Bro,
ago.
that shit'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I took a sip and almost threw up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my age, but come on, man.
No, that shit's like
That's
gasoline.
gasoline.
Yeah.
See?
Gasoline.
Old school.
It is.
Gasoline.
That the first time I drank moonshine was at one of my shows in Santa Fe, and the homegirl pulled up. She's like, "I got a present for you. It is straight from the fucking hills of Mississippi." I was like, "That sounds like a dangerous present."
she black?
No, white chick. And
she could be from Mississippi.
Hey, they might not have been from the hills of Mississippi, but for the sake of the story, it was from the hills.
I didn't put you on the spot.
There
man.
might not even be hills in
I was
Mississippi.
going to say,
Probably from
what part of
Taos.
Mississippi is he talking about?
River.
Alabama has hills.
Listen, for the sake of the story,
Yeah, there we go.
the moonshine came from Mississippi.
Continue.
The story. But it wasn't a jar. It was clear, and it got everybody fucked up, bro.
Really?
Boy Dirt was in the corner. He's like, what the fuck are we drinking, dog? The fuck is this? My dad was throwing up off a balcony. The whole fucking crew was cooked off of this moonshine. That may or may not have been from the hills of Mississippi. Right?
Let's just roll with it, though.
You ever drank moonshine before?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What about you, Len Words?
Nope.
No moonshine in
No?
your system?
Man, come on.
Man.
Nah.
Ain't you from Detroit?
Yeah, and my family's from Alabama. What you trying to say?
I'm saying what I'm trying to say to another brother. No moonshine?
Nah,
I think we started that.
we
started that shit. I might as well Google it.
Shit. No, my family had a history with alcohol, so they set it down and set
Oh,
it aside.
okay.
So I didn't
Okay.
get it. Yeah.
Way to ruin the joke and make it serious.
I was about to say, so does mine, man.
Kids
but it never
don't do
stopped them.
drugs. No alcohol.
Drugs, okay. Okay.
Kids out of control right now, man.
Hey, kids out of bro.
These kids are out of control.
They really are, bro. It's I don't know. I don't think it's just down here, bro. But you know what's crazy?
It's everywhere.
It is. I was going, and I meant to respond to homie, bro, and I had seen it in my hidden messages, and I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get to fully read it, but he was talking about how we should talk more about how kids are fucking shooting other kids nowadays, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking to myself, like, does it seem like it's more prevalent than when we were younger? Like
More
younger
so?
kids, like shooting other younger kids.
It was there, but I think it's more in the forefront now because it's like nothing.
It just happens all the time.
I think it just
Yeah.
happens, right? I mean, I'm not trying to point out certain situations, but I gotta address one. Like when you got kids that are underage in a car and you run somebody over on a bike.
Oh, I know.
Come on, man. You
Bro.
gotta think before you act. Like
What the fuck, bro? Homie was just trying to get to work. That shit's
exactly, and that could have been
crazy.
prevented, right?
Bro.
So those are the ones that are disturbing to me. But with me working and being an ambassador for APD, the Albuquerque Police Department, it's one of those things to where it's like I could look at it as like I'm black, I shouldn't like the popo, but at the same time they're human. And it's one of those things to where I'm trying to change the culture and the dynamic between our community and the police department. If I'm able to associate myself, and I've had some run-ins with the law, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you can look stuff up and you probably know and blah, 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 but it's hard being in these streets to a certain extreme on all fronts to where you don't even know if you can go somewhere and if you're gonna be shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or something can possibly happen, but it's changing the culture, man, and it's bringing awareness and being visible to where I'm cool with talking about it.
Yeah.
Being
Well,
associated with APD, you know what I mean? But that's just me.
There comes a time, bro, where you kind of gotta like walk different paths, bro. You gotta, if in order to change things, bro, sometimes you gotta do something that's completely drastic out of what you've like previously done.
Oh yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Getting out of your comfort zone.
A lot of times that's the only time you're gonna change.
Man, I found so much. I have found so much peace evolving and trying to grow as an individual, and trying to be true to who I am. If I'm true to that, success is gonna come, and I've had success. But it's a matter of elevating my mindset to where I gotta get out of my certain comfort zone, especially when it comes to business, because I'm seen as an athlete, which I hate. And my end goal is about legacy. Like I don't want to be seen as just a basketball player. God gave me an ability to be able to play something great and be able to do great at it. But let's figure out what's after that sport. People ask me all the time, man. I'm like, do you play? No.
Not at all.
No. Why? I have nothing to prove, and I'd rather go play golf. And then if I end up getting hurt from shooting, I'll pull something. Look at Tyrese Halliburton, but he's a fine-tuned machine.
Yep.
You don't expect those things to happen in Game 7 when he popped his Achilles.
I know.
But I am at 47, not doing the things that I used to do. And then here I am gonna go out here and pop something. And then I can't work out.
Golf, then you're,
I can't golf. I can't travel. You know what I mean?
So do you miss playing it at all?
Yeah, I miss it, but I don't miss it. If that makes any kind
No,
of
it
sense.
does. It does.
Yeah.
See, now this is where I do basketball tournaments. I do basketball camps. This is where I try and impact our community in other ways, right? To where, hey, Kenny Thomas is at this tournament. Like, they don't expect me to be there. The Lobos just had a team camp, the women, and my AAU program, which is Zia Sports, was in it. And the majority of the kids we have are girls.
Oh, that's
And we
dope.
have like 200 kids right now, right?
Damn.
So it's a matter of going and supporting people. The kids didn't expect me to be there. They're like, they come over. Are you Kenny Thomas?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that I'm older, I have gray hair, and the visibility's still there, it's a blessing. So how do I go out and bless more? Just like yourself. You just came from El Paso, 4,500 people for an event.
Yep.
And I know you touch people because you're an influencer, right?
Yeah,
you're that guy that came from where you came from, and now look at you.
Yeah, it's great.
It's amazing, man. I look up to guys like you.
Thank you, brother.
Just saying.
That means it means a lot to me, bro. Like I'm a type of person that, you know, I know people say it's the thing to say, but it's weird to take compliments because I don't see myself other than myself, right?
Yeah.
And some people
Trust
look
me,
at
I know.
you feel what I'm saying? Like people look at you, it's like I'm me. So like when I meet somebody, bro, and they come up to me and like they're excited to see me and like I've affected their life in a way, bro, I'm gonna stand there and talk about their fucking grandma's bunions, like for real, whatever they got to talk
honor.
about, brother. I'm gonna sit there and listen because it's a fucking honor.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay it, like you said, bro. Like how long you been out of the league now?
15 years since 2010.
So the fact that people still give a fuck is an honor.
That's
bro.
huge.
That's a big deal.
And it's a blessing because it just doesn't happen here in New Mexico.
Yeah.
I could step off a plane and I'm not going to Montana, but
Yeah,
I
but you
could
could.
step off. Yeah, but I could step off. I step off planes all the time because I'm traveling and I'm doing events. I get flown for golf tournaments, and it's like the way that people come up to me. It's an honor. And I'm like, whoa, are you kidding me? And then they're like, Kenny, I went to your camp 20-something years
That's
ago.
funny you say that, dog, because just 2 weeks ago, I was like, wait a minute. Was that you had a camp bro? It was like
Kenny Thomas
2001 at like West Mesa or something.
Yeah,
bro.
I was all over the place.
Yeah, it was dope though, dog. It was
appreciate
really
that.
fucking dope.
He
man.
was in it.
I was in there.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, now how old are you? Jesus, yeah, let's just keep
Yeah,
that quiet.
yeah. No, but it was dope. The other day, I was like driving, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that was his camp!"
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
You know, it was really dope,
I
bro.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Kenny's camp. Kenny's camp. Those shirts are funny. But,
Yeah.
I did it. I played in the NBA for 11 years. I think I did it for 7 out of 8 years in the NBA. I came back and I had a camp here every year.
Dope.
There was times I wasn't even getting support, and all of it came out of my pocket, right? And I was charging $150 a kid.
That's honestly,
You know
that's
what I
not
mean?
a lot.
And I'm still looking at probably charging $150 a kid because it's about impacting.
And
I
the
make
prices
money
of
in
those-
other ways.
The prices of that have skyrocketed.
Especially without a doubt, you go to California, camp is like $400-$500.
Yup,
You know
it's
what I mean?
skyrocketed.
But speaking of my camps, like it was nice because I was able to bring in the Gary Payton, the Allen Iverson came. Like when Allen Iverson came, it was the biggest camp I ever had because I was able to promote it. I had like 450 kids, and I usually would average like 250, 300, right? And then he was 3 hours late on the Reebok jet, and they all waited.
What year was that?
Bro, it was probably in the middle of those.
Yeah.
It was probably 2006, 2007 when I was playing on the Sixers.
Oh shit! Okay.
Because he came because I can get my hands on him because I was playing with the Sixers,
You were
right?
there- yeah, for sure.
Because I was there. But then I had Cheryl Miller come. I've had some people come. I had Nota Begay come do his stuff with the golf club. And Nota Begay was a roommate with Tiger Woods at Stanford.
Man.
But he's a local guy. Now he's doing broadcasting golf right now. So, man, it's the same thing I'm trying to do. Like having Steve Francis on my Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas that comes on
that's-
Saturdays from 10 to 12.
Tune the fuck in just in case you guys didn't get that.
Yeah, it's live on the Sports Animal on KNML, 6:10 a.m. and 95.9 FM. But it's a matter of bringing guests on and bringing different people on like yourself.
Yeah.
Steve Francis is coming on. And it's a matter of me going in my Rolodex and being like, yo, who's going to be cool and who wants to come on? Gary Payton's going to come on here pretty
That's
soon.
gonna be sick, bro.
Sick.
But it's a matter of pushing the message. And Steve Francis, when he came on, he's like, Rook, because we called each other Rook, because we got drafted the same year. He started that, and he was the number 2 pick, and Elton Brand was 1, and I was 22. I'm like, we still call each other Rook when we talk, man. It was pretty cool.
So you went first round 22.
Yeah, Houston Rockets. One more pick, I would have been a Laker, bro.
Bro, that's fucking crazy.
But what's so crazy, it's like being in L.A. I used to go to L.A. all the time, trust me. You can get caught up easy. You never know. Like me being 23 and making $600,000 my first year.
And if you were in L.A.
And if I was in L.A., who knows?
Yikes.
I feel like there was a path for me, and I wouldn't change anything. Even my divorce, bro, I wouldn't change anything.
I feel like God has, like, I wouldn't say it's destiny, right? I kind of feel like there's multiple paths that are laid out that you can pick, right?
Without a doubt.
They're there for you, right? It's kind of like those books that I never liked reading as a kid, the Choose Your Own Ending, right?
Yeah.
There's multiple. I know Len words. We've talked about it. Don't fucking judge me, dog. I don't know why those books. I'm like, just fucking give me an ending. I don't want 5 different ones. But when you look at life like that, like I look back at some of like the worst times of my life, and it's crazy because those ones they stick, they stand out. And now I look at them as like some of the, like they were hard while I was in them, but they really were some of the best times of my life, bro. Like I found something that I found like another gear. Right? I found something that I didn't realize I actually had like internally. And I ended up like surrounding myself with people that actually needed to be there. And I look back on those memories and I'm like, it's crazy. Those ones stand out to me.
And you know what's crazy? I just thought about this because I was in the pool the other day, probably yesterday. Jelly Roll. What's that song where he's talking about if he didn't make those mistakes, he wouldn't be where he is now?
Oh, bro, he's got a couple
I forgot
of those.
that song.
He's
but
got a couple of those
It was
songs.
legit.
Yeah.
I'm becoming more and more of a fan of his.
Oh, yeah. Me and him got a song together.
Wow, how come you haven't sent it to me?
Yeah, it's on not the last song.
I wasn't laughing like you was full of shit.
Yeah, no, he's on one of the It's called Last Name. We did it in like 2017.
That's
something
fire,
like that.
bro.
It's crazy, bro. And
Good
that was
for
like,
you.
again, at that time, he was still like musically, like success-wise,
Yeah.
he was above me, right?
Yeah.
But he still did the record with me, bro. Like he wasn't nowhere's where he was now, dog.
Yeah.
But he always had this this ability to make like music that came straight from right here, but he was never like pigeonholed. That's why it's crazy you brought up Jelly Roll. It kind of brings us back to our first initial conversation because he grew up in Nashville, around country, and his music always had this. It was hip hop, but it was a twist of like country and rock, like kind of embedded in it.
He does it well.
He does. Because it's a part of his culture. He grew up in Nashville around hip hop, and bro, he was listening to fucking Waylon Jennings and selling crack. Like, come on, bro. Like, not saying that crack's just hip hop culture, but you get what the fuck I'm saying, right? He was listening to Waylon Jennings and Master P. So
I used
again,
to kick it with that Master P in Houston.
for real?
Yeah.
Right at that time, probably too, huh?
96, 97.
Holy
you was
shit,
right
that
in-
was right to make him say, na, 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 na. You know when I knew I rocked with
Mystical
Master P?
and all them, bro.
Bro, Mystical was wild, motherfucker. Every record he was on, bro.
You just waiting for the
yelling,
mystical
bro.
verse.
The Colonel of this motherfucker.
Right? See Murder.
You know when I knew
See,
for
man,
sure
yeah.
I was rocking with Master P? When I threw on Ghetto D and make crack like this, I was like, this is crazy. I know I probably shouldn't be listening to this at 10 years old, dog. But you know what I fuck with Master P? Bro, he really changed the game. And I feel like he started all this shit for independent artists. He was like, shit, I'm gonna do this shit myself, dog. Shit.
Yeah.
And graphic designer, get over here. Let's make these album covers. Remember that one with The Last Dawn when the fuck you would
yeah,
move it?
dog.
The cross would move?
Yeah.
It was right after Ghetto D.
It was like the
What the
not
fuck do they
3D,
call it? It's like
was
kind of 3D, but it was in a case where if you'd move it, his
Oh,
hand
if
would
you
move.
moved it and it had the tank on it?
Yeah.
The no limit?
That was another one that had the tank on it.
Oh,
He
but
did
it was like that, right?
same
I had a
shit.
lot of their CDs.
Oh, I got those
bro.
still.
You know
Yeah.
who and you know, Master P, since you rock with him, might be watching this. Hey, bro, I fucked with all your stuff, dog. Man,
real.
Silk the Shocker was the only one that I couldn't really fuck with on all the songs, bro.
Yeah, he was the one that was a little outside the circle.
Hey, 'cause
He tried to integrate him, but
He just never rapped on beat.
He was a little too unorthodox.
Ghetto Dope was the first time I heard UGK, and I was like, who the fuck are these fools? Because I was
really?
young, yeah. And I was like, and I heard Pimp C's verse. I was all,
really
damn, who is this?
miss
And then I went down the UGK
homies,
rabbit hole. I was like,
even when
all
they
the chopped and
gone.
screw shit.
First time you hit that riding dirty, it's something different, boy.
Pimp C's verse
Yeah.
on that
I
fucking
used to
song.
grip on the grain while flipping candy
toys.
toys, but I
Come
give up all
on.
that bullshit.
It's like I could get back my boy. That shit hard, bro.
Man.
Make some fake noise there, Jay.
I don't know the lyrics, but
We all knew that one.
Yeah.
Hey, so okay, let's go there, dog. So, man, you said 23, right? When you got drafted, 22.
yeah, I was 22 second.
22.
Yeah, 22nd
So
pick.
you were 20. You were 22. Went 22 first round.
I don't know.
22.
I might have been 22. Yeah, 22, 23.
Right there, though. So
Yeah.
this is 90.
When I came out of
Yeah,
college?
when you
95.
got drafted.
No, 99.
99.
UNM 95, 99.
So you got drafted 99. That is fucking peak.
Damn.
That's peak basketball right there, dog. That is
the glory
That
years.
is the glory fucking years,
Kidding
bro.
me? I came in at the right time. I
Yeah.
played with Charles Barkley, Akeem Olajuwon.
Fucking crazy.
Obviously played with Allen Iverson. Played against Michael Jordan when he was player owner for the Wizards.
Okay,
First
so-
player owner ever.
What the fuck was that like?
Oh,
playing
bro.
with
Hey,
Jordan,
I'm
bro?
going to tell you the story again since you guys fucked it up.
Yeah,
last time.
Jay with the audio.
I don't know if it was picture, audio, whatever the fuck it is.
It's gonna be better this time. dog.
I know you guys heard
Yeah,
this
Jay.
already. But, yeah, Wizards game, man. The game was over. I'm like, I've guarded him. You can go in there and look, Google Kenny Thomas, Michael Jordan. You'll see a picture. Yeah, only one. But on the free throw line, I took up the courage, man. I was about to box him out. He's on my left. And I'm saying to myself, man, I'm trying to develop the courage to ask him. I'm like, I'm scared already because it's MJ. Then I don't want to get my feelings hurt, you know what I mean? Because if he denies me, I'm like,
Yeah, fuck this dude.
and then I said, screw it. I'm asking. So I turn over. I'm like, yo, Mike, can I have your shoes? That motherfucker looked at me like this. that MJ smile that he gives, that $1 million smile, it's like, fuck you. But it's like, man, he didn't say anything.
No words, just
He
smiled
didn't
at
say
you.
nothing. And I'm like, asshole.
What a dick, dog.
It's
Just wanted your
MJ.
shoes.
I didn't tell him
Yeah,
that.
in your head.
Yeah, in my head. I didn't like mumble it or anything. But
How did he do that game?
he was MJ. He probably had 20. You
And
know what I
that-
mean?
that
He was still getting buckets after he came back from baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, obviously he was in Chicago. He left baseball, right?
Yeah.
Twice, I think.
Twice.
Yeah, because it was 23 and 45 he had. That's why the Jays have 45 on him. But yeah, he bought the Wizards and he's like, yeah, I want to
I'ma
play.
play.
That's when Rip Hamilton was still there.
Yeah.
Who else was on that team?
Was Kwame wasn't there yet, was he?
Yeah, Kwame Brown
yeah.
was there. I used to eat him up.
For real?
Really?
What? What do you mean, really? I gotta go Google.
He was supposed to be good coming out. Like, I don't remember.
I'm not saying Kwame wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but I used to lick my chops with a big dude.
Guys.
I'm not gonna back a big dude down. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn his face and go right by him.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And he don't know when I'm gonna stop or what I'm gonna do. So he's screwed. He's in the blender already.
Yeah. Yeah.
My first step was legit.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. And I'm not trying to brag.
Hey.
But that was to my advantage. And then if I had a smaller dude, you know, I'm put him in the basket, little baby hook.
I hit him with it.
Yeah. I didn't have a left hand in college. I developed the left hand in college.
Really?
I didn't have a little baby hook, and then next thing you know, I'm flipping the ball. And
Was it easier to develop in the NBA? Like, because you were like, your feet were in the fire?
no, you had to continue to develop, man. You had to figure out how to produce. If you're not producing when it comes to numbers, which is scoring, rebounding, and assists, that's what came up in box scores, right? When you have an organization that sees outside of that to where how are you affecting the game, then that's when you become more of even more of an asset, right? But numbers is what got you paid, man. You know that. If you ain't producing and putting up numbers, you ain't about to get the kind of money that you were gonna get. And then think about it. I was on rookie contract. My fourth year was $1.6 million. Next thing you know, I got my 7-year, $51 million contract from the Sixers, right? You still got to produce. I was the shortest average of double-double my first year on my big contract. I was in the top 10 with KG, Kevin Durant. When I say KG, that's I said Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett.
Tim Duncan. Yeah. I was the shortest average of double-double. I was on the NBA ballot maybe 7 years out of my NBA career.
That's fucking wild.
Just saying.
How much they got on you, KG and Duncan?
What do you mean?
Like size-wise, how much taller are they than you?
Well, obviously they're taller than me, maybe about 3 to 4 or 5 inches, something like that.
When
But
you're actually playing, how much of a difference does that
didn't
make?
matter.
That's what I was about to say.
You know what I mean? It did, but I had to be quicker. I was a smaller dude. I had to figure it out. I was more, I'm not comparing myself to Dennis Rodman, but I was a seeker of the rebounds, man. I had to figure out how to stay on the floor.
For sure.
Because I go from college being the man and getting the ball and touching the ball at least 90% of the time on the offensive side. Then you go to the NBA, it's like, man, you got all these guys and you're not, I wasn't a designated scorer. So I'm like, I got to knock down shots. And when I first came in, we did ISO ball. Steve Francis, Coutinho Mobley, whoever had the hot hand. Me at the 4 spot, sometimes I would get ISOs depending on mismatches. But whenever that ball came to the wing, and if I was on the wing or in the corner, and because of the double team, and then the ball rotates, and then the defense figures out who they're going to rotate with. If I'm on the wing and then there's a better shooter in the corner, what are they going to do? They're going to stay on the better shooter and make me shoot it.
Yeah.
I used to let that thing fly. And I started shooting threes. That's how I got started.
And that was before the 3 was like a prevalent
yeah.
like point. I mean, it was there, but not like now. It's the whole fucking
Steph
game.
Curry came in and changed that whole dynamic when it comes to the 3. Caitlin Clark is doing the same thing right now, man. And I got to talk about her because the way that she's been targeted right now
It's crazy.
is insane. And it's all coming from our minorities. But I'll say it, man, it's the truth. Because why are they trying to take out somebody that's going to help them elevate to get more opportunities, I think?
Let's look at it
now
this
they're
way.
on private jets.
How many times since this
gotta
have
sell
we
them
really
tickets,
spoke on WNBA? Let's just be honest here,
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. They got to sell them
do-
tickets, man.
I talk about it on my show.
As a whole, though, they're in conversation now, and they never had been before.
Yeah,
bro.
because Caitlin Clark is selling out arenas.
And she can ball,
15
bro. She can ball, dog. She's no joke,
She's
bro.
a Steph Curry in WNBA.
She's no
man.
joke. You see her teammates stick up for her the other day, bro.
They
She-
better.
Hey, she grabbed homegirl, so it's crazy.
I
so
saw it.
they fucked her up, bro.
Johnny,
they
that's
dropped
not
her.
good for the
Oh,
game,
yeah,
bro.
she was
Listen.
a pinball.
That's not good for
What-
the game,
oh,
bro.
Hey, but
What?
it's getting
What's not
what
good?
the fighting.
Yeah, the girls fighting, man.
I'm not
Come on
saying
now.
it, no. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying
He
they should be.
shrugs his shoulders like,
I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying they should be doing it. But to see them go after her, right? And they showed her. I can't remember homegirl's name. She's on the bench and she's sitting there smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, all right. She gets in the game. Homegirl that pieced her up. She grabbed her by the fucking neck and threw her
just
to
threw
the
her down.
fucking
Yeah,
ground.
yeah.
She was a
So
pinball.
what's up, bitch? Let's get it.
She was a pinball. She got hit, and then another teammate
Hit her both.
like,
She was
yeah,
came
bouncing
and like
everywhere.
knocked her down.
Yeah, it's the Jordan rules.
Yeah.
What's
That's
the Jordan
up.
rules?
Don't. Well, for her, it's don't let her shoot. Jordan rules used to be don't let him jump.
Hit him as hard as
Yeah,
you
yeah,
possibly
Don't let
can.
him get in the air because then you can't control
That's
it.
when
I
Detroit
want
was.
to be like my.
That was when Detroit was fucking
Yeah,
putting a
we were the
fucking
bad boys.
smacking on him, bro.
Man, Rick Mahorn's my boy.
Bill Lambier.
I can't stand
Yeah.
that boy. I think I never
used to
played.
root
I
for
don't
them
think
boys,
I never
man.
played
He
against
used to
them,
root
but
for them
man.
That was my
Yeah,
squad.
so Jordan was in the league maybe 2 years when you came. Like he stayed in. He came back 2-3 years. How
I
long
think
did
he
stay?
played
Something
till
like
like
that.
2001, I think.
Yeah, and it's crazy because he took such a long break, but he was still there. Obviously, he wasn't 97 Jordan. Like we all knew that, but
Yeah.
bro, at that time he was 40. And he was still, bro. It was still
was
there.
still getting
It was
buckets.
still there, bro.
But
it
he-
was still there.
Yeah, but he wasn't jumping. He was fading more.
Yep. And by that time, the game had kind of evolved, bro. Like you were saying, bro, you had Kevin Garnett in that motherfucker. You had you in that motherfucker. You had Tim Duncan in that motherfucker.
Damn,
Kobe was
did
in
he just
that.
put me in the
I
category?
did,
with
dog.
him, dog.
I did.
Everybody does.
Brother, you were there, dog. That's crazy.
man.
When I think about it, brother, and we're talking. I grew up watching all of this, bro. So when you're talking about being on the court with fucking Jordan and him smiling, you asking for his fucking shoot. That's fucking crazy to me, dog. Like, I'm such a huge basketball fan, so I'm thinking like, what was I doing? What game was I watching? Like, what was that? And that was right around the time when because when Jordan left, I kind of was like, oh man. I don't want to watch basketball no more. I'm retiring too, right? And I was still paying attention because you had Kobe coming in. Bro.
But you got to remember, you had AI crossover Jordan
Exactly.
too, right?
I know. That was the beginning of that too, bro. AI, I feel like the generations now, I don't think he gets the flowers he deserves, dog. He changed the game forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
In a
now,
huge
now,
way.
Oh, yeah.
They changed the dress code.
100%.
just about to say that. I went through that.
Yeah.
There was a dress code on the
you
bench.
probably
Now-
hated that shit.
You dress how you want.
Now,
Yeah,
did you guys see Jalen Williams come in there with a
Nah.
big orange animal
Yeah.
purse,
However,
suitcase thing or whatever it was? I'm like, man, there's no way. We would got clowned coming in there with that.
Clown and fun.
Charles Barkley would have killed me coming up in there with that. He was like, hey, come on.
so how long were you on the Rockets?
99, 2002.
And that
I
was-
missed the finals, if that's what you're going to ask.
Yeah.
When they were in the finals with the Lakers, 2001. So 2002 to 2005, I was in Philly. 2005, 2010, I was in Sacramento.
What was Chuck like in that moment in his
Chuck
career?
was cool, man. It's seniority. When we were on a plane one time, he's like right there, and I'm in the row behind him. And he's like, yo, Kenny, give me my bag. I'm like, bro, it's right there. You just bend over. He's like, that's not the point. Give my bag, rook. You know what I mean? And then we had to wake up early and go pick up the nets, me and Steve Francis. I had to do it more. From the standpoint, we had to go get the practice gear and go to each room and leave it at the door. But seeing him like 8 years later after that in Vegas, he's Chuck. He's
Yeah.
cool. He's like, what's up, Kenny? You know what I mean? I think I got more respect of how I played in the league than I would have thought that I would have gotten during the time. I had CP3. He tried to trade for me for New Orleans. Kobe threw it out there to me, but the Sacramento Kings, they blackballed me for the last 3 years. But I was making $22 million. But it was just one of those things, man. God had a plan for me, and the way it was and the way it went, I might not have liked it because I went to Memphis, and I had to fight for that extra spot because they only have 15 and they normally have 14. And I'm telling my agent, why am I going to do this? Like, well, why? But I went up there and I still tried to make the team. They had Zach Randolph there. They had some other guys there that were like guys that have been a part of the organization already. And I'm like, yeah. I went in the office. I'm like, I'm done.
You knew it was that was
I'm
the end.
done. And then at the time when I was married, I'm like, okay, hey, let's go overseas. Because I could have made a crap load of money overseas. And yeah, my ex-wife was like, no,
Nope.
that's a wrap.
Man.
But yeah.
It seems like now, you got Dwight Howard. I knew it was the big three now, but Dwight was out there overseas. Everybody, they're out there getting that fucking
yeah.
bag.
Oh, without a doubt.
That
without
bag.
a doubt.
He was trying to-
Didn't franchise go over there too?
He did for a
Yeah.
little bit. Steve Francis, yeah.
because he was big in China, man. They loved him over there.
But you know
man.
Steph Marbury got China on lock.
Yeah.
For real?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He got statues over there, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna try and get him on my podcast.
That'd be a good one right there,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, he cool as shit too. Hey man, I gotta tell a story.
So I gotta listen.
I was just with Gary. I was just with Gary Payton because we're both on the board for this Women's Premier Basketball Association. It's a league that's in the Bay Area, and I saw him at this gala like 2 weeks ago, and he's my boy. And whenever I'm gonna rewind, but whenever I was in Seattle, he took a liking to me, and he would always take me out. I could never pay for anything, right? But then I just saw him again, and it's like, man, when he told me what he told me, man, I started sweating. And I'm like, did he really just say what I think he just said? He goes, his wife was there and his two boys are there, and he's telling his wife, he's like, yo, you know my two young boys on my wall? She's like, yeah. And then he goes, Gary Payton goes, who are my two young boys on my wall? He's like, this little young nigga right here, me. And he said Kobe Bryant.
Damn.
Those are the only two of his young boys on the wall.
That's crazy.
I'm like, did I just hear this correctly? And he's like, what, Kenny? Yeah, you know you my boy. I'm like,
That's fire, bro.
what? Did I just get in category with the bean?
That's,
You know what I mean? Like, did that really just happen? But yeah, I just had to share that.
bro, I mean, fuck yeah, come on,
Yeah,
dog.
dog.
That's crazy, bro. That's like, I mean, that's, again, it's a trip to look at the era that you played in.
It was the
bro.
perfect era.
It doesn't, when I look at it now, especially moving forward, I love basketball. I'm going to watch it forever, right? but we were spoiled, dog. We were spoiled.
Now
Like,
these kids are spoiled.
yeah, but we were spoiled with the level of GOAT status we got to grow up with, dog. Like Bird and Magic when I was young, right? Obviously, they were there. Jordan there too, because I was born in '85, so I didn't know a league without Bird, Jordan, and Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right, Bird, Jordan, Magic. Then you keep moving forward, and then you got Kobe coming in around, right?
Baby Jordan.
Exactly. And then you move a little forward, and then you get fucking LeBron coming in and then all around that, dog, like you got the Duncans, you got the Garnetts,
You got Shaq.
you got Shaq.
Come
You feel
on.
what I'm saying? So now I look at it and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't want to say it's over, but that stretch is over.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
that.
Man,
That's
you
a
got
good one.
7-footers on
You
the
do.
perimeter. You know what I mean? Like,
Picking up fucking threes, man.
Yeah.
who's posting up?
Nobody.
And they're shooting deep. You know what I mean?
know.
Like, they want to be Steph Curry, but 7 feet tall.
Bro, it's crazy.
Prime example, what's his name? Porzingis
Porzingis, yeah.
in Boston.
I know.
Come on, man.
Just cranking up threes. When Shaq said, I want to see these motherfuckers put their head down and take it to the fucking hole, man. Play some bully ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
You're
don't do it no
fucking-
more.
no.
The only person you got doing that to a certain extent that capitalizes on multiple ways to score is Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why he's such a problem. No one knows how. I'm seeing it in the younger leagues now too, bro. Like the fundamental. I'm watching them. Like some of these kids don't even know how to set a fucking pick. You know what I'm saying? A screen. Everybody, the ball just moving all over the place. Then they crack it up, bro. It's crazy.
Step back threes.
It's
or-
wild.
yeah.
It's wild. Like when they go against a team that has those foundational skills, they get cooked.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science, bro. Those fundamentals are there for a reason because
Exactly.
they fucking work, bro.
Yeah.
Not everybody can crank up them threes. I agree. It's different. It's not. When you get into the argument, it's like, oh, this era better, this era. I don't think so, bro. I think it's evolved constantly, and it's definitely different, and it's still entertaining.
Think about, you say the 70s through like the mid 80s, early 90s. They were beating up each other. You talk about the bad boys, like there was things that they were getting away with. You could have your forearm in front of
you
them.
can lean on them.
You can lean on them, and Michael Jordan was still
I know.
dominating, right?
No.
Then when I get in the league, it's still aggressive, but you can't forearm or hand check or
Right, you
hip
can't-
check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now it's evolved to you can't touch it all
like at all.
because it's a scoring league now, right? Everybody wants scoring. And it's crazy how the ratings have gone down in the last year or so. Whatever it is, this is why Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, this is why they're going overseas more, right? And then now you have more Europeans coming in the NBA, and you're like, what?
I know.
But it's a matter of this league evolving. When you have the Lakers that just sold for $10 billion,
bro.
and you got the Celtics that's right behind at 6-point-something billion.
You know what's
and those are the two dominating franchises in the NBA.
You know what's wild about that purchase too? You look at what he did to the Dodgers. The Lakers are about to be scary, and that's not just me saying because I fuck with LeBron and Lakers. Brother, he's not scared to invest. The Lakers have had a stigma for the past few years of being cheap, right?
Yeah, but
they
it's
don't want to
salary
spend
cap.
where they need to spend. Yeah, but
You know what the salary cap is now?
No, I don't.
It's 140, almost
That's
150 million for
crazy.
15 guys.
Oh, really?
Back when I played, the salary cap was 55
that's fucking
for 15 guys.
insane.
Damn.
And then when I played, you had one guy that made 20 to 25 million. That was like an Allen Iverson or somebody like that. But now, man, you got guys that are averaging like 8 points, making 20 million.
It's fucking crazy.
And you got to keep in mind they're paying for upside,
Right.
potential, and it's based off of other people making X amount of dollars at the same position. That's how you're able to balance. That's how you're able to. The young fella's able to get the decent amount of money because if the same person is making a decent 40 million, and then you're about to be up for contract, and your numbers are a little slightly better, if not the same, why shouldn't you get paid the same?
For sure.
That's what my agent did.
That's smart.
So, and you pay for upside, man. But yeah,
It's the league. Like we're in the middle of a major shift, right? For sure. You can see it. Talking about the international stuff.
Oh, yeah.
10 billion for the Lakers.
that's insane. And Jeannie Buss is smart, I think, because she's still going to be governor.
I know.
She's still associated with the team.
You think?
And then you
Pelinka's-
got Rob
I was about to say.
Perlinka.
You think he's gone? You
What's
think
how you say his
Pelinka?
last? No, he renewed his contract.
He renewed?
Yes.
Because everybody was trying to drag Rob, right?
Yeah.
And all the failures that it always falls on someone's shoulders.
Yeah,
Right? It's usually his.
And then you got LeBron, his option year right now.
yeah.
Is he like what, 65, 55, 65 million?
Yeah.
That's what he's owed. And then you got Bronny James. Like LeBron is it's gonna be interesting to see how this unfolds,
I'm curious.
especially who's gonna be in control and who's still gonna run shit.
Especially now with Luke. And then you got Luka now added into the mix, right?
Luka just got on that what is that? Ozempic.
Ozempic, motherfucker
And the
out
next
here.
thing you know, he's skinny as shit.
Skinny as shit.
But he's starting the process to be able to be better because hey, you ain't about to knock me no more.
Well, they only played like fucking 30 games together, maybe like 30, 40 games.
Yeah,
or some
but
shit
still,
like that.
man, he's still Luka.
He's still Luka.
But he don't
What-
play no defense.
Bro, and
He don't run back.
That was the issue. LeBron, not saying that LeBron has never played defense, you know what I'm saying? But now in his fucking age group, right?
Yeah.
Come on, you can't expect LeBron running up and down the fucking floor for the entire time playing defense on
But you
everybody.
still see him
Doing it.
making unbelievable plays. You ain't seeing
Wow.
Luka come flying through
no,
nowhere.
no, he's back there looking at the refs. What the fuck,
Yeah,
bro?
exactly.
Bro.
On the ground.
I know.
That's a
On the
fact.
ground.
And I'm not hating on the Lakers. I'm not a team type dude. Like I don't necessarily be like, hey, I like the teams I play for. I do, and I will support them. But I feel like I'm more of an individual player right now when it comes to having specific guys I like. It's not
Yeah.
a specific team. Some teams I like the way they play, but it's not just, oh, Kenny, you like the Warriors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like watching great basketball.
I honestly, brother, feel like I'm kind of right there with you, bro.
Yeah.
Because, again, when Jordan retired, I just kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And my older brother, right around like 2000, 2001, he's all, John, they're fucking ESPN showing this kid. He's their same age. They're showing his games on TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, bro, you got to watch this shit.
Yeah.
LeBron James. He's like, I put that shit on. I was like, oh, okay. I'm back, dog. I'm back. We watching basketball again, bro. So, like, I got back into it. But, again, I realized, because I play football, too, basketball, and I watched both. But I realized how much more I like actually watching basketball than any other sport. To me, it's the most exciting to watch and to get invested in, right? It's just, there's more games. It's fast-paced. It just, football gets like that, too, in other sports. But, man, there ain't nothing like watching a fucking game with, like, 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
It's fucking tied. There's two timeouts. They're going back and forth, and someone fucking cracks up a crazy ass fucking Halliburton bounce off the backboard type of crazy shit. That type of level of excitement, like I'll never forget when it was the second year in Miami, and they were bringing out the ropes, and it was over. Bro, I was pissed. I was fucking about to punch a hole in my fucking wall like a mad white college dude, right? And my dad's like, it's not over. And Dom was there too. My dad's like, it's not over. I told him, it's fucking over, man. They're about to bring out the trophy. And then Ray Allen pops that fucking three
in the corner.
Bro, holy shit.
You saw OKC with the buses last night, right?
Bro, they were
That
we
was
went.
that was the move.
Mentally, we're fucking there.
Yeah,
dog.
they was like, we got it.
They say how that is with money. You got to get yourself on that frequency,
that's
right.
bro, and that's yours.
Gotta be ready.
But what do you think, though? You think if Halliburton don't hurt himself, it's a different game?
I don't know, man.
I think
because-
it's a different game. I don't think it's a different outcome.
Oh,
See, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you gotta keep in mind, OKC's been playing at a high level
yeah.
on the defensive side.
Their defense
And it
is
seems
scary.
like, and it's not even like they're locking people down. It's passing lanes and 50-50 balls. 50-50 balls are the ones to where it can go either way, which doesn't come up in stats, right? But with SGA, MVP of the league, scoring title, 32.7 or something like that, and he got MVP of the finals.
I know.
Come on, man.
I know.
But his supporting cast with Jalen Williams was good.
Yeah.
And Jalen Williams running the point at times and taking SGA off the ball was huge because they were trying to tire SGA out. And then what was the Pacers doing? The Pacers were collapsing to where they're making him they're making OKC shoot from the perimeter.
Yeah.
And if OKC wasn't knocking down shots, okay. But you can go on the other side and say the same thing about the Pacers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It came down to making shots and who was going to play the hardest. But I got to give a shout out. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I got to give a shout out to Pascal Siakam, even though he went to New Mexico State.
Yeah.
He's been playing really good. If it wasn't for him, I don't think they would have been in that series as long as they were.
Very fucking true.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
It was a trip, but bro, the Pacers went on a fucking run.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Halliburton expected it. I feel like he was the only
him
one.
and his dad.
Him and his dad fucking knew it. Right? The fact that his dad was like, "What's up, dog?" That was the
What's up,
craziest
Giannis?
shit I ever seen, dog. He's just like, "What's up?" Giannis just looking at him like, "Who the fuck are you, dog? I'm about to kill this guy."
He got banned from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And he got kicked out for like 9 games, Pacer games.
His dad was wilding, bro. But he believed.
insane.
Yeah.
He had unfucking.
He thought he was at the AAU tournaments all over
He
again.
did. I'm about to beat up a ref.
You notice he wasn't doing this in Sacramento.
No.
And he wasn't doing this in Indiana till his son got paid. Just
No.
Yeah, for sure.
And man, that injury, bro.
It's a shame.
The reason I brought it up, and the reason I kind of have the receipts for it, is Cameron brought it up today. He posted it. He's like, "Will you motherfuckers please stop wearing these low top shoes for fashion?"
Yeah.
He posted a picture of Kobe when he tore his little low tops. Celtics.
Jason Tatum.
Tatum, low tops. Kyrie, low tops.
Yeah.
Last night, the kind of shoe all the way through the board. I was telling Kenny before we started the fucking conversation, brother, I'm about to get my Soldier 8 LeBrons, the Velcro joints that go up to my fucking knees. You're going to see me out there balling in those, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you guys something. I don't know if it's still the same way. It depends on the team. We had to get taped.
Yeah.
If you didn't get taped and you sprain your ankle and you miss a game, you got fined.
Yeah.
For real?
Hey, what?
That's crazy,
The
bro.
way that these guys are sitting out, and now they got a rule: you got to pay 50. You got to play 55 or 65 games to get an award. What? There was what? If you don't play, you were looked down upon to where, hey, if the trainer thought that you can play and you're not playing,
Better play.
they're gonna listen to the trainer.
Yeah.
And then
I
if
think
not,
you're
you're
trying to get
screwed.
traded.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well,
there was no sitting out. Sitting out what?
Well, I remember how everybody drugged Scotty that time when he didn't go back in. Remember for that game?
Yeah.
Whenever Jordan was playing basketball,
Oh,
playing
yeah,
baseball,
yeah.
and Pippen refused to go
Yeah.
in. They luckily still won, but everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of like forced Jordan was like, "Oh, I need to get back over there." But like that was that era where it was like, "Nah, if you ain't dead, your leg ain't
supposed to-
split in half,
Yeah.
dog. You better get the fuck
And
up out
people
here and
used to
play."
want to, man. They used to want to be out there for
Yeah.
every game. I think, what was it? The load management in San Antonio, when they
Oh.
were doing that,
Yeah.
they just changed it. Because at that point,
Did that
after
start in
that-
San Antonio?
I think so.
I thought it was LeBron or somebody started that load management. crap.
I think it was. I don't know if it was Braun, but it was right around
It
there.
wasn't
I
LeBron.
don't think
Because
so.
I remember Kawhi was
He's the one that
doing
got
it
drugged
too.
for it. He was doing
Yeah,
it like
well,
fuck.
yeah.
He stayed hurt though.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
forever.
Then he ends up winning. How many titles he has?
He got
Kawhi,
two.
two.
Kawhi got
two or
two.
three.
Yeah, he
One
got
with the
two.
Raptors and
And
one
the
with.
Spurs.
Yeah.
That should
Dang, I should have been a Spur.
You got one there,
They tried
one
to
there.
trade for me, man. My last 6 years in the NBA, I was always down there in San Antonio.
Really?
For like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Before the season started, that's all I did. Eat, sleep, shit, basketball. 20 foot, like I would say about, bro, man, I probably worked out like with the hooping and swimming and shoot, bro. I probably worked out about 7 hours a day
Seems like that's what it takes, dog.
throughout the day,
Seems like that's what it takes.
bro. Yeah.
So you were saying earlier, you said Memphis got in your way.
No, Memphis. I went to Memphis, and it was my last. I was trying to get into year 12, and it just didn't work out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, yeah, what am I doing here?
Looks like
I'm barely playing in preseason. Like, what am I doing?
You know it was time to go.
It's time to go.
Well, it looks like the Grizzlies are having some fucking issues coming up now.
Nobody
here,
wants
too.
to go there. It's bad.
It's fucking the wildest shit I've ever seen, bro.
It's bad.
And now you know.
I was scared to be. I didn't want to go outside. Just saying.
That's crazy. And then you look at it now, bro. Man, homie, like at first I feel like they wanted to put, it looked like they wanted to put like the face on him, and he's like, no.
He's still gonna get a shot.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, he still got his Nike deal. Somebody would have loved. I would have loved to have his Nike deal.
fuck, bro.
I can make 50, 60 million, have a Nike deal, and have my own shoe, bro. I'll stay in the house.
Bro, I'll pay security to have my guns, dog. I don't need to make fucking pistol fucking. I don't need to do that shit while I'm out here
And
playing.
then he's still doing it when he comes
Yeah,
back.
but see, I think the thing is too with me, bro, is I look at Ja and the way he plays is very, very, very dangerous, dog. Not that I don't love watching it. I love it. It's exciting.
Steve Francis was the same way, though.
Flying
Derrick
over
Rose.
motherfuckers. Derrick
Francis,
Rose.
when Steve Francis, Derrick Rose, they were
Yeah.
the same way.
Yep.
And then at some point, them bunnies are gonna start
Yeah.
declining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Over the years,
And
but-
when we look at Derrick Rose, whenever he took that one injury, he still played for a long time.
Yeah.
At a fucking pretty high level, but
Yeah.
he wasn't that
wasn't the
Derrick
same.
Rose
Yeah.
that we seen that was about to take Chicago possibly to the promised land if LeBron wasn't in the way, dog. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, dog, right? But yeah, that you watch it and the way he plays, and I'm looking at like all these other different point guards, bro, and the game has changed so much that we've had this combo before, but I don't see a face of the league anymore. I think they're going to just like we talked international. I feel like it's going to be broader than just one person.
You're gonna
carry
see the
torch.
typical dudes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna still see LeBron. You're gonna see Luka.
yeah,
You're gonna see those guys. That's that 1%. You're just going to because they're the face.
Yeah.
That's why they were saying the ratings are so bad for the finals because there was nobody that had a name like that.
I know.
You know what I mean? And then you got an SGA and you got Tyrese Halliburton who's underrated.
And they were balling.
And they were saying he was overrated.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
crazy.
like, come on, man.
They were balling. Honestly, this run of the playoffs has been one of the funnest to watch in a very long time.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's fair.
All you motherfuckers that didn't tune in, go watch something else. Go watch fucking ice skating. But it was entertaining as fuck to watch, bro. I watched almost every fucking game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I missed last night because we were busy, but I was still paying attention.
Hey, you got to go get that
Gotta
bag.
go get that fucking bag, dog. Gotta go get that bag.
That
It was-
game ain't that damn
No,
important.
no, they ain't paying me, dog. They
That's
ain't
what
paying
I'm
me.
saying.
They ain't paying me. They ain't paying me.
Bag.
So you don't play even
Nope.
at all. When's the last
Nope.
time you think you shot around even a
I
little
don't
bit?
even remember.
I don't even remember.
No, I mean, hey, it's the flick of the wrist, man.
Uh-huh.
When you can shoot, you can shoot.
That's fucking true.
That don't go nowhere. But the extra, there's no planting and pushing off. No.
Yeah.
Pop, pop. No,
Done.
If you ever want to brush up on your skills, man, I know somebody that throws some camps, dog. All right.
I got some stuff coming up here pretty soon, but yeah.
Dope.
I'm all over the place. I might even dip into Farmington next year over there. Yeah, but I might even end up at El Paso doing some stuff. My old stomping grounds, man. I'm a big New Mexico Southwest guy. That makes sense.
Dog, it's important because as far as like athletes go, we don't have a lot that we can point at and be like, look, they fucking were there. They fucking did it. They went all the way. And even then to come back and want to give that knowledge and that skill set and the connections that you made, like you said, the Rolodex down here to the people that need it, right? We don't have a lot of that, bro. So the fact that you want to stay here and do that, I think it means a lot, especially to these youngsters coming up, because we had talked before on podcast, the first version of this motherfucker. I go to these AAU tournaments and I see that is where the talent really, really, really gets to flourish and build.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that Bernalillo County still exists and you can get your kids in there and they can get their feet wet. But when you see the level shift when you go to these tournaments, it's a big difference.
Yeah, opposed to county ball. Come on, man.
It's a big difference.
It's like night and day.
And I watch these kids when we're going to these tournaments now and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We got some talented kids out here playing ball, bro.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
what I
lot of
did.
them.
But you got to keep in mind, these parents are crazy.
As fuck.
These parents are insane.
They're insane.
Every single one of their kids is going to the NBA.
For sure.
And I'm like,
for sure. Yeah.
what happened to college? You got to go to college for 1 year. There's no
gonna
high
get
school to
drafted.
college anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? So
Oh,
why
really?
not-
When did they take that out?
That's been a while
while?
because
Yeah.
they were trying to figure that NCAA. I think they're like it wasn't the NBA. They're like, yeah, you can't just go to the league anymore. You got to go to school for 1 day. I mean, for 1 year.
What do you think now
But they
about
go
that?
for 1 year and they make millions of dollars
Yeah, and then go.
with this NIL, and then they just go anyway. So
That's what I was about to ask you. What do you think now about the college
I think it's stupid.
getting billed to paid?
I think it's no. Them getting paid,
Yeah.
they deserve that.
Yeah.
But this whole portal crap, being able to go from school to school to
yeah,
school to
yeah.
school to school, and then you can play like 10 years in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then back in the day, like you had 4 years of eligibility. You can redshirt if you got hurt. That's, you know what I mean? That's a blessing because you still got 4. But if you transferred anywhere else, you had to sit your ass out for a year.
Yeah.
man.
A whole year.
That's completely different landscape than now.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Entirely.
But I'm happy they're able to fly on private jets. I'm happy they have their housing paid for.
Was there any way at all for you guys to make any kind of income at all when you were playing college ball?
Well, the NCAA just ruled on that. You know, I think there was a Charles O'Bannon situation, but it doesn't go as back as it should for when I played. So there's I think there's NCAA lawsuits right now that just came down to where there's people getting paid, but it doesn't go back as far as me.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, but it's okay because I get NBA 2K NIL money, so it's all good.
That's fucking
Every 6
crazy.
months I get a check.
From 2K?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild,
so if you're
bro.
listening, keep hooping with your boy. And I was on those teams. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the Rockets because we suck, but between Philly and Sac, I'm on those teams because of Allen Iverson. You know what I mean?
Was
and
that-
you got Mike Bibby and all those guys.
Was that crazy as fuck to see?
I
Like,
still text homie.
that's a trip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When he responds back, but yeah,
That's a trip. Like,
What was the first 2K that you were on?
bro, I was on all those.
All of them?
I would say. Well, I got drafted in '99, so what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever
So
the
since
first one-
'99?
I was on all those games.
what was your
That's
favorite
dope.
console to play him on?
Bro, all of them.
All of them.
All of
Hell,
them.
hey, if I was on 2K, I'd buy them.
I had them all too.
Hey, me
I'm
too,
saying?
dog. I'd buy them and be signing them and giving those
Yeah.
motherfuckers out.
Because
dog.
now NIL is giving us the opportunity to get paid on that. The players that are playing, and then at the same time, the guys that are not playing. So it's another income stream.
That's the shit.
You know what I
bro.
mean? And it's like for a year, it's like everybody gets paid differently based off of how your NIL is being used. So I'll probably get 12 grand a year.
I mean, that's
Shit.
still the shit,
Yeah, it's
dog.
free money, bro.
It's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legendary
And
status.
it's consistent.
I could, bro, man, being in a video.
Now they're gonna bundle it all together. It's not 6 months. Now it's just one time a year.
It's just one time a year. That's
Nice
still, bro. That's that. Nice
little bag.
It's that mailbox money, right?
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
You sit there and that shit just be going, bro. Yeah, I look at it because I look back and I was thinking about whenever Braun got in all kinds of shit when they were saying they were giving him that Hummer before he went into the league.
yeah.
They were trying to like not let anybody make any fucking money, bro.
Yeah,
And to
it
me,
was
I'm like,
bad.
that shit crazy.
Like you
dog.
couldn't even eat. You couldn't. I couldn't even get my food paid for.
That's crazy.
like a
bro.
meal.
You were just out here struggling like a motherfucker.
That's the thing. They were getting the kids from the inner cities and stuff. That's what happened to C. Webb and Jalen Rose
crazy.
when they were at Michigan.
Yep.
It was the same thing. They got in trouble for that because
Yeah,
the
but they-
booster was helping them out. But it's like y'all making all this bread off of the Fab Five.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
come on. And they
All
couldn't,
that bread.
and they couldn't get nothing.
NCAA tournament. Each school gets money, and I went
So crazy.
every year I was here. I went all 4 years. So the school was getting millions of dollars, and I'm getting $420 a month.
Out here struggling,
Damn.
eating ramen noodles.
Thank God for Pell Grant.
Oh yeah.
That was like $2,000 a semester. Like that was huge.
Fuck, I haven't heard Pell Grant since my mom was That was crazy.
Wow.
I remember I was like, my mom got my Pell Grant money. Hey, that's
That's
crazy.
free money. No
Yeah.
taxes. No, it was just $2,000 straight. I'm like,
Man.
yeah, that was huge.
That's when we'd go get our fucking layaway out of Kmart. My mom's Pell Grant landed.
That
dog.
was huge, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's a trip, dog. I keep going back to like looking at the era, brother, that you were in. Like, it must have been surreal for you.
It
at
doesn't seem
times.
real.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I still have dreams about one more year of eligibility at UNM. Like I'm hooping, bro. Like, what? And then NBA. it's just random. Just depend on what happened and obviously what I'm thinking. But I mean, I've even gone at Shaq in my dream. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a story about Shaq. I was in Houston one time, and he was right there by the basket, and he didn't say this until after, but I laid it up. I'm like, oh my God, how did I get that off? And then we went back to the other side, and he's like, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I was like, okay. You know I let you make that, right? I'm like, you know I did that, right? Because I like you. I was like, okay, cool.
Hell
And I just
yeah.
saw him 2 years ago, All-Star Weekend in Denver. He's still the same dude.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big-ass kid, man.
You know what I've always appreciated about Shaq, bro? Once he, started like moving and grooving, he got like out of league and shit. Like he could have had a shoe contract with whoever the fuck he wanted.
He's Reebok.
Yeah, but the fact that he put his Shaq shoes, and I know I'm a sneakerhead. Listen, I'm not gonna rock them. I'm just gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna catch me in a pair of Shaqs,
Yeah.
right? But being a kid that only could shop at Kmart and Walmart when I was a kid,
Or Payless.
Payless.
I had big-ass feet.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
man, that's when you know what? Whenever
15s.
Payless didn't have my size was when we had to get out of Payless.
Yeah,
so I got
yeah.
13s too. So I was like, thank God,
Yeah.
no more Payless shoes.
You gotta take me to Foot
You
Locker.
gotta take me to Foot Locker now, Mom. But the fact that Shaq said, you know what? I'm gonna get these kids that normally can't wear a signature shoe, right? Some basketball shoes.
Yeah.
At Walmart. They might be $5 and you might not last very long, but there's that to me kind of showed who he like the character of who he was.
He's that
bro.
dude.
Yeah.
Now
see,
he's the president of Reebok, and Allen Iverson's the VP of Reebok. And
I just seen some shit about Allen Iverson's fucking deal with Reebok.
yeah, it's lifetime.
That is fucking crazy.
Reebok jet.
Something about
He flew to Albuquerque on that thing.
I seen something about a trust that opens up when he turns a certain age or some
Just
shit
50.
like that.
He just turned 50.
And
That's
the trust-
probably not even his that's not his pension. 45 is our pension.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can touch your pension at 45. Before that, you can't touch it.
My brother, so since we're still on basketball, I got a question, and I think I asked it to you last time, but listen, the world never seen it, so we got to redo it because Jay fucked up the audio. I love this is the narrative we're going with because it was the video. But let's
I had
fuck
to
it.
fuck with my
We
man.
we control the narrative, fuckers. Right? Okay, I know everybody always wants to talk about GOATs and your top 5 and all this shit, bro. I like the conversation to be a little different, right? So if you had to pick a starting 5, bro.
I remember this.
From any era, bro. Doesn't matter what time they played, who
easy.
it was. Starting 5. Who's your starting 5?
That's easy. Steph Curry, Kobe, Magic, because he can post up, Shaq, Tim Duncan.
Oh,
Did I say Jordan? I said Jordan, didn't I?
no, you said Kobe.
Nah,
Oh, crap.
yeah. You don't need him. You don't need him.
Yeah, we do. Can't leave Jordan out.
I'm swapping Jordan for Kobe.
Damn.
Kobe's a better shooter.
But it's fucking Jordan.
Kobe's a better shooter.
But
I'm
he's
sticking.
you sticking with Kobe. That's your
See?
5?
See?
That's not a bad
See?
5 though. That's a solid 5, bro.
I love the 5.
Yeah, that shit's scary right there.
Yeah, I
And
can't believe I left Jordan out, but yeah.
But see, that's why I like that conversation because you're picking them as if you were gonna have a team. With
Yeah,
them,
like
right?
I'm coaching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Steph Curry,
Shit's scary.
magician.
Yeah.
And
My-
Shaq's just a bully. You need some buckets. You can't double Tim Duncan and Shaq.
No,
Yeah.
you're cooked.
Oh, Tim Duncan throwing lobs. What?
You're cooked. For me, mine's pretty close. I'm gonna swap Magic for Braun for sure.
You stupid.
Hey, bro.
I can't
I'm
believe I just
swapping.
said that. And I mean that with the utmost
Hey, with
respect.
respect, no. Hey,
Like I say you stupid because I'm not calling you actually stupid.
No.
But that's stupid.
come on. Okay, so let's
on,
be
y'all.
real.
What is he
I'm
thinking?
swapping Magic for Braun.
Really?
You're out of your
You
mind.
really you wouldn't rather
You put Magic
over
You out
Bron?
of your
Sure.
mind. Magic, yeah. I don't know. Between Magic and LeBron, who's a better shooter?
Better shooter?
LeBron has more points than
I'll give it
anybody
to
in the
Bron,
world.
man.
He's played 30 years.
But does that take away?
Magic had to stop
But
because
does
of the whole
that
AIDS
say, but because of the whole AIDS thing?
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's my man.
Here's
Like,
the-
because players didn't want to play against him.
Here's
remember?
the combo, though, right? And that's the point. Does him playing for longer take away from what he's done, or does
Excuse
it
me,
add to
HIV
it?
virus. Shouldn't talk about my mentor like that. I meant HIV. Virus.
HIV. He's still out here alive, dog. He out here doing good, bro.
2 cocktails
Yes.
every day. You got to read his book, 32 Ways How to Be Entrepreneur. I can't believe I know that. But, yeah, man.
Because that's
you
always
can't-
the stance, though. Everybody always says he's played for 1,000,000 years. But
It's
does
the
that?
truth.
But does that hinder the fucking? That should add to it.
No,
You don't think so?
no.
I
That's-
don't think Magic could have guarded Bron.
Fuck no.
No. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree
But
with
you-
that.
But how could he be a better shooter than LeBron when LeBron has 5 bajillion points?
Magic's career was shortened.
Yeah, I know it was. But how much
Because
more of
of a virus.
How long you think he would have went though? Because Jordan was right there giving him them things, bro.
Magic was what, about 14, 15 years in
Yeah.
before he had to.
Was it that long?
He came in.
I think so.
I'm being
Nine-
nice, maybe by a couple years. It
But-
might have been
Yeah,
like
I
10
He
think it
came
was
in
like
what
10,
1980,
11.
right? 1980 was his
Yeah,
first
they
year.
came in like 80, 81.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because him and Bird played against each other in national championship.
And the
game
fact
in
he got that
77.
ring, the first fucking goal run is crazy.
Yeah. That first. Yeah, because they got the ring in
Ring first year.
No, what do you mean?
His
the
rookie
Celtics.
year, didn't they win?
Yeah.
Magic? Didn't the Lakers win
know.
Magic's rookie year? I thought they
the
did.
Celtics had them
I
in the
thought-
beginning.
Yeah, because I thought the whole lore was that he started as five
as
as a
five.
rookie in the
you guys
finals.
gotta watch that Celtics documentary. Then
The Celtics won.
I ain't watching Celtics.
Man, hell no.
that thing is legit, bro.
That, bro, the fucking Celtics, man. Son of a fuck, bro. My homie told me the other day when we do this starting 5, bro. He's all, why you never put Larry Bird in your starting 5?
No.
I was like,
No,
bro, stop trying to race bait me, dog. It's not because he's fucking white, man. I just got my 5, dog. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
No. And so, okay,
and I'm a Larry Bird fan, but no.
Steph playing point.
See, but no, Steph don't gotta play point. You can have Magic bring it up. You can bring Kobe. You can have Kobe
True.
bring it up. It don't matter. You can. Tim Duncan didn't even bring that thing up.
True.
If Shaq want to be stupid, you know he done did it a couple times coast to coast.
Hey,
But just saying, he can't shoot. But you know what I mean.
Shaq still, without, bro, Shaq just may be the most dominant player of all time, for sure.
Yes, and you could tell he was pissed off and wanted to be when he was putting people in baskets.
This shit was crazy.
The way he used to shit on people, that's why he let me lay it up. You know what I'm saying?
That's the shit, dog. I'll be holding on to that one, too.
Because that shit could have been in the stands, bro.
Brother, when him and Kobe were like firing, bro, that was scary shit.
Yeah.
Nah, man, Shaq in Orlando was
Oh, that was,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was peak.
nightmare fuel, man.
Yeah,
that
that's pretty scary.
it wasn't peak, but it was like when he was on display, it was just open.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just run and gun in Orlando at that
He
time.
was Shaq.
Lakers didn't play that sort of offense. They played a different offense.
Totally
slowing
agree.
it
He was
down.
Shaq and then he became Diesel.
Yeah,
You know
there
what
you
I
go.
mean?
There you go.
Like, he
Yeah.
just got thick.
Yep.
And it's
It's
like,
scary.
what? But then you had Nick Anderson. Yo, he's coming to my golf tournament.
Oh,
real?
yeah.
Yeah, you had Nick Anderson, then you had Scott and all those guys that were supportive. So
Yeah.
I mean, the first one for sure, but the first 2 rings, him and Kobe, bro, that was Shaq, dog.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shaq was fucking
carried him, yeah.
balling.
He was dogging them out.
But I liked the interview, bro. I don't know how, soon it was or like before it was when Kobe passed, bro. But when Shaq said, he's all, when I
been
seen,
5 years.
it's 5, it's
Wow.
crazy. That don't even make no
it's
sense,
already
bro.
been 5 years.
When Shaq said that he destroyed his house when Kobe got his next ring,
Yeah.
that he was so pissed that Kobe had another ring and Shaq, and then he's all, I just wanted to even it out. And Kobe said, you know what I thought in that same moment? I got one more than this motherfucker. To see that like brotherhood, but like competitiveness in both of them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think Kobe was right though. If Shaq would have been even half as like serious about the game as Kobe was, that motherfucker would have been.
Yeah.
He might have had 10 rings.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Scary shit, bro.
They definitely wouldn't have dropped that one to my Pistons. But they did.
Yeah.
That was late 90s, right?
No, that was 2004.
2004.
Because that's when they had Mailman and your boy GP came through.
Yeah.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
he was
Lakers.
a Laker, yeah.
Yeah. That
I
was
played
that was
against
a
them.
weird
Oh, my
Lakers
goodness.
squad.
Did you?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I was
weird
playing
squad.
then. I was playing, just not my last 3 years.
Fire.
2007, 2010. I did, but I didn't. Not like I did before.
You got any Kobe games that stand out to you?
I have a triple-double against the Lakers.
That's
against
why I
Kobe.
was just trying to get you to say that. I didn't want to say it.
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
I was lobbing it up to you. Dog.
I was against Luke Walton. Poor guy.
What did that feel like? What did that feel like in that moment?
What? It's only the triple-double I ever had. Yeah. It was like 7, 16, 18, and like 12, and like 10, 11 assists.
Was Kobe pissed?
I don't know. I don't even think I cared.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize I had a triple-double till after the game. So.
Damn.
And then I had it against Kobe, right? Like that right there is like, in its own right, that's unreal.
That's special. And that you're on Gary's wall next to Bean.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. I never thought I would hear that, but yeah.
Man,
I can't wait till he comes on my thing, my unfiltered.
Gosh, man, I can't wait to.
Yeah.
So you do? Is there video for it too? Or is it just audio?
It's video.
That's what I
It's
thought.
video and audio.
Perfect.
So there's it's uploaded to all the podcast streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
You got it on YouTube?
I
Or
got my
just
own
on-
YouTube channel now.
there
The
we go.
first one that they've given to an individual at the station, which is Cumulus Media, which is KKOB and the Sports Animal and all the other stations that are there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it easy for you to make the transition into basketball to media like this? Like, were you doing it right away, or did you throw that
No,
buffer?
so 3 years ago, the buffer, that's a great question. I was always quiet and reserved, right? When I did interviews, to where it's just a different vibe. And then when I retired, I always thought like, man, I could do this. Like my basketball knowledge, I can talk, like I can actually do this. 3 years ago, NBC Sports reached out to me, NBC Sports California. So I did the pregame, halftime, postgame show for my old team, the Sacramento Kings. And it was during the season. So whenever they went on the road, I would go down to the Bay, to the studio. Whenever they were at home, I was at home in the arena. So I did that for 2 years. They didn't bring me back because they brought in Mike Bibby. And they brought in this other girl from the Aces. It's just one of those things. This is Mike Bibby. I can't compete with that. And the other girl just won championship with the Aces, the WNBA team. And next thing you know, I was here in New Mexico, and I'm like, man, I need media.
Yeah.
I need some kind of media outlet. Social media is cool, but I need media. Next thing you know, the call-in show after every men's basketball game started halfway through that season, which around January. Next thing you know, last year was my first full year, and now I got 3 shows.
That's fucking crazy.
So I got the Unfiltered, trying to be like you and have a podcast, and I have a co-host, producer, and you got the homies here.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things to where the station's totally taking care of me. Got some sponsors coming in. I didn't pay for anything.
That's even better.
Yeah. Have a name, man, and trying to bring in sponsorships for all of my shows and just build them out, and here we are.
Well, I like that you said your knowledge. To me, that's the separator from a lot of people that we listen to, right? Not to say Stephen A. Smith, but Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
dog,
he
like,
hated me.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real here, dog. Like, they're mad at the fact that LeBron and them are sitting down talking real basketball, right?
Yeah.
They're mad at players when they come in and they have knowledge like you guys.
It's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation. Bro, how the fuck are they going to try and tell you guys about the game that they're never fucking played, bro? That's the dumbest shit ever,
That's
bro.
the worst.
Because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's the worst.
I can only imagine. You probably want to strangle those motherfuckers.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And then you have a co-host when I did NBC to where she barely played anything, and she's like coming at me.
It's like, what are you talking about?
You know what I mean? I'm like, what? And then I'm like, it was only a matter of time before she pushed me out, and yeah.
That's when I listen, because I know you're knowledgeable, bro. You got the skill set. You've been there. Like, who the fuck am I? What the fuck are you talking about, dog? I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to give advice on how to give a fucking heart transplant.
And then it's nice because it's sports in general. I like golf, WNBA. It's whatever I want to talk about on my Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas, and I'm bringing politicians. I'm bringing people like yourself, influencers.
We
and
about to
people
talk some shit.
Oh, yeah. You just can't say the 7 different words.
Damn.
Yeah, you know
I can
what
filter
you
myself.
mean.
He said 2 of them in like 3 seconds.
Damn.
the F and the C and
We're gonna talk some shit. Damn, fuck, shit.
Damn, fuck shit.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print out a piece of paper when you come in, and I'm just gonna have it there for you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have it up because you're gonna be looking at me like you are right now, and it's gonna be like you can't say these words.
I'm just gonna say before we hit record, I'm gonna say them all.
Get them out
No,
like a Tourette's.
you guys around me all the time, bro. I just like a Tourette's sufferer. Maybe I'm undiagnosed Tourette's, bro. And you just out me.
Why
on
you
the
just made it
podcast.
heavy now?
Why you ruined the joke?
You ruined the joke, yeah.
That's full circle, dog.
And it was so cool when you come on. We can talk about anything, bro. There's no censor.
So I think, you let me know exactly when I'm ready. Because I already said this. I'm not doing podcasts outside of this one, but I'm doing yours, bro.
I appreciate that,
I'm
bro.
doing your podcast, and I just might be on these two chicks. Keep an eye on these two chicks.
What do you say?
He said, keep an eye on these two chicks. I think they might be starting a secondary These motherfuckers starting another podcast. I just might be in the motherfucking, I had my first golf experience the other day, so I just might pull up and tournament the situation. Maybe we'll see.
You gonna swing?
I'm like, happy
Yeah,
Gilmore.
you might
up in
as
this
well,
motherfucker.
man.
I told
Bro, I
you.
went out there, I was like, Taka wood, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't push it.
Stop lying.
You pushing.
I'm lying like a motherfucker. Hey, I was putting holes in the grass. But
You ever go to Top Golf?
I had it, bro. That's all I've been to. Top golf and real golf ain't the same
Yeah,
fucking
it's
shit.
not,
dog.
yeah.
No, I know.
At all.
I know.
But I was pretty fucking lit by about 8:30.
Now you know the secret to great golf.
No, hey,
gonna
now
have
I
a
know the
great
secret
time.
to why a lot of white dudes play golf. Because that shit expensive, my dude.
yeah.
Right? That ain't a cheap game, dog. The drinks are expensive. The clubs are expensive.
The balls.
The balls are expensive.
He's losing balls because I lose.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's an expensive game. So I now understand why it's a little shade of caucus. Little shade of Caucasian in
but bro, you could pull up on mine in September, and you're a celebrity. I have other celebrities coming out. It's not gonna matter because it's my tournament, and I'll put you with a group
But
of guys
I'm
that
a
I
practice,
like.
dog. I'm a
That's
practice.
the whole thing.
Watch. I'll get a hole in one.
And it's for Special Olympics, so it's about raising money for them.
I think I'm with the shits, bro.
You know what I mean? And I got you. I'll even let you pick. I'll be like, yo, who you want to play with?
Okay, bet.
You know what I mean?
I'm with it.
Even if you got to force them in, it's only $1,000.
It's only $1,000.
But if you come on, man, California, they like $4,000 for a foursome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
so.
expensive.
Yeah, it's only $250 for an individual. But
That ain't
yeah.
bad. I got to bring my own caddy.
No, that's why you have the other 4 golfers you'll be with. Have them
they're-
pick up your balls.
They're my caddies.
Yeah.
You want to pick up my balls, Leonard?
They'll be paying. No.
I tried to make it
know
funny
what?
again, dog.
They can have their fucking podcast. Fuck them.
That's funny, dude.
Hey, on that note, that's a perfect drop the mic fucking moment, dog.
Yeah.
Kenny, my brother, thank you for pulling up
course,
for
bro.
episode 2.0, my brother. Yes.
Yep. Man.
I look forward to everything we got cooking in the oven, brother, and everything you got ready to go, brother. You need me for anything, I'm a phone call away.
I'm stuffing that oven, bro.
Hey, I like that. That's what we're going to call this episode. Stuff in that oven.
KT Legacy Wines. You got to check that out. It's in the whole state of New Mexico. If you want to follow me, obviously you guys are going to promote that.
Yeah,
Kenny Thomas
bro.
NBA. Yeah, that would be cool.
Follow him. Get the wine. Watch the fucking golf tournament, because I'm better than fuck, I'm telling you right now. Johnny Gilmore up in this bitch. Until next time,
Happy Gilmore
respect
comes
the
out.
connect. Peace.
It's picker than Nick.